before you watch this video, you have to take these two concepts, all right? Remember these two concepts.
Females are not living on recruit difficulty.
And this one. We stray further and further away from God every day. And by the way, we're only talking about the toxic people. So, hey. What's up, lads? It's Ryan here. And today I saw a really good topic to talk about. I've been slacking off a couple of weeks. But last time I was talking about how some women nowadays, they have this type of luxury, I would say. Usually with pretty women. They have the luxury of doing certain toxic things, especially the toxic ones. They will do certain things like harass people and still get away with it. And especially nowadays, which now women could be predators and it would be considered okay. I'll be having a special guest on at the end of the video, so stay in tune and watch the rest of the video to, get that scoop and get the insight from other people, because I want to bring other people on the channel. It's not only me, I'm going to bring other lads on the channel, young and old, that have different insights on certain situations. But apart from that, yeah, let's get on with it. Today I'm going to be talking about student and teacher relationships. Now, usually when you hear of student-teacher relationships, you're usually thinking of, oh, it's just a teacher and all of that, but no, you all know what I'm about to talk about. I'm talking about predatory student and teacher relationships, which the teacher starts to ask for students' socials and stuff like that. If a teacher ever asks you for your socials, never show. I mean, I do tell my YouTube to teachers, but that is a totally different issue. But if they ask for like your Instagram or Snapchat, that's only specific, because no teacher ever asks a student Snapchat except they're trying to flirt with them. And that is what ex-teacher assistant who pleaded guilty for having sex with a 14-year-old. 14! They're like, what, in 8th grade? Freshmen, man. Freshmen! They're in middle school.
You weird, buddy. You're weird!
Student, after sending him lewd pics. So, I'm not gonna say her name for reasons, but it was she sent a teenage boy photos of herself in lingerie and in her swimsuit on Facebook Messenger. Who uses Facebook really? And why can you not just use Instagram DMs if you didn't want to give your number to the kid? But most likely she gave her number. But really, Facebook, who uses Facebook nowadays? I think I do have an account, but I don't even post there. I just use an account to follow my relatives, I guess. And Snapchat, before their sexual encounters. One, if a teacher asks you for a Snapchat, don't give it. Just report to your local authority. Come on, this is oddly specific. Like these were red flags that I'll see. I'll look into it. I'll look further into it. A former teacher assistant in Illinois had attempted to have sex with a 14-year-old student while she was employed at the school where she studied. Not saying her name. 24. She was 24. That's a 2-digit gap. That's a 10-year age gap. What the? Yo, this is weird. And I will show you. Look, who worked at the Circle Academy at Urbana, engaged in multiple sex acts with the teenager after sending him pictures of herself in lingerie and a bathing suit. So you may be thinking, what's her face like? How does she look like? Okay, so this is how she looks like. So you already think that she might get away with this, and she did. She got away with it, literally. She had engaged in at least 5 sexual encounters with the teenage boy between March and August last year while she was a student at the school where she had employed as a teaching assistant. The school and educational program of Cunningham Children's Home served students in kindergarten through high school with behavioral and emotional challenges that prevented from being a traditional public school setting. So you're telling me not only is she a predator, but she was a predator to a special ed kid. So you took advantage not only of a kid, a special ed.
Beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
So not only you're bad, not only you're toxic, you're literally evil. Come on! We stray further and further away from God every day. But at this time, it's a special ed kid, bro.
No, nigga. No. 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 No.
Come on. According to the prosecutors, the sexual encounters took place in the teen's Cunningham home after her and the boy communicated through Facebook Messenger and Snapchat. I already said that. In the chats, she expressed concern that offers at the school may be found out about the alleged encounters. So you were doing this knowing that the school might find out. So what's the point of doing it? Police also discovered that she allegedly sent teen photos to herself in lingerie and a swimsuit. So now you were sexting a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old, sorry, a 10-year age gap. And the boy's mother happened to see the photos and recalled seeing her in her son's school, but initially thought she was a high school senior. At the last conversation, she told the victim to delete their chats and said she would have to block him. So you took advantage of a 14-year-old and you were afraid that you might get caught. And when you got caught, they didn't do nothing. Also, the parents too, I don't understand. If you are skeptical about seeing a teacher and a boy, you should have further investigated in it. You don't just leave it. It was also said she thought it was a high school senior. So thinking that it's a high school senior with a 14-year-old who's in middle school, most likely. How? You should be skeptical about it. So she will be sentenced on October 30 by Judge Roger Weber on Monday. So she was sentenced on October the 30th by the Judge Roger Weber, who on Monday accepted her guilty plea to single count of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. She avoided more serious charges of criminal sexual assault as part of a plea deal. So one, they didn't do nothing. What they're basically saying is they didn't do nothing. That's what it basically is, because in state law in the US, sexual abuse of minors carries a maximum penalty of 15 years in prison. She must be in prison by now, but they decided to give her community service. I'll say because she was I'll guess pretty, and they tend to get away with certain stuff. Like I said with the other TikTok video, like they feel they can get away with anything if people desire them attractive. They can get away with anything, and it's abysmal. Even with there are many other examples of other females getting jail time, like this other lady. I'll show you a mugshot and look at the difference, right? This the woman who looks pretty in the pictures or sends lingerie pics, she doesn't get jail time. She gets community service, but the other one got jail time. And they're two different instances, I would say. But come on, and this is why I hate the judicial system of America, because you think that they're doing justice, but this is not justice. This is unjust. They literally traumatized, I would say, a little kid when they grow up and took advantage of a special ed kid because they thought the special ed kid was vulnerable. Okay, it is bad, but I'll just leave it here. I'm gonna bring my friend and my colleague, and he's going to talk about more. But apart from that, sub to the channel, and yeah, let's get on with him.
What up, boys and girls? My name is LILMANE'S. Just want to thank the RD Sofa for letting me on the channel. Really cool dude. Y'all should already be subbed to him if y'all watching this video. If you like my part, subscribe to me. I think my link will be down in the description. Without further ado, let's get into my part. Bro, just reading this is bad. It says a former teaching assistant in Illinois has admitted to having with a 14-year-old student while she was employed at the school where he studied. It said the school catered to behaviorally and emotionally challenged students. Think about that. That is like some really messed up stuff. Like, you even have to say mentally challenged, like behaviorally and emotionally challenged students means that in any way, you don't even have to get specific that the students have a type of problem. She was engaged in at least 5 sexual encounters with the teenage boy. It said the school is so that the students don't go into a school setting like that they don't want. So basically it's like a private school. Like, if a student is there because they have issues and don't want the things that could happen at public school, like a senior trying to get with a freshman or something, it just sounds like completely messed up to me that she would do this. On a funnier note, was the 14-year-old really packing that she would do this, or like nobody like wanna get with her or anything, because like it's like you stoop down so low that you want a 14-year-old who has a problem going through a private school system so he can make it by comfortably in life, and then you take advantage of him. Which also brings up the problem that RD Sofa brought up, that if this was a man, this would be way different. This would be bigger news. Saying that the lady didn't get time. It's facing up to 15 years in prison, but no, it's just a double standard, because it would definitely be bigger news if it was a guy who did that. Yeah, that's all I got for my part. Make sure I'll leave a like, comment, subscribe on the video. Subscribe to my channel. You can find it in the description if you want to subscribe to my channel. I make commentary videos just like Sofa, and peace.